Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this video for the full moon in Aries. So for those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. It's great to have you here. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of these readings, the kind of energies I call in, the kinds of ways that I encourage you to engage with this material and your spiritual support team that we work with to get guidance for these phases and to learn more about ourselves, you can check out my tutorial video on how to get the most out of these videos. It's like a welcome video. It covers the things that I say over and over again and gets you caught up to speed with how to get the most out of what I'm offering. It's totally not necessary, but it is an option available to you if that feels good and aligned. So to those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate having you here. It is really fun to be able to offer this service as I'm learning more and diving deeper into this amazing modality of astrology, and the combination of it with the cards is just really super fun. And so I've been enjoying the guidance that's coming through and benefiting from it. And I know you guys have been commenting that you have as well. And it really means a lot to me. So just taking this moment, as I do every video, to connect with you and to let you know how much I appreciate you being here and how much of an honor it is to be able to be of service to you in this way. So let's talk about full moon energy. The cycle of a full moon is always going to give us the opportunity to celebrate. It's this pinnacle moment where all of the energy of a certain archetype is being celebrated, honored. It's at the fullest of its potential. So every time there's a full moon, it's always going to be in the opposite sign of where the sun is in. So each sign of the zodiac has an opposite. And the opposite of Libra, which is the solar season we're in, if you haven't watched my solar season Libra readings, which gives you more information about the Libra archetype and clues you in to where this energy shows up in your life, and of course gives you guidance to how to navigate this solar season, check those out. So the opposite of Libra is the energy of Aries. So the moon was new in Aries 6 months ago. And that's going to become more relevant. The 6-month period between phases, new and full, is going to be relevant next month because we have an eclipse, and eclipse energies typically last those entire 6 months, whereas the energy of the traditional moon cycles only last for about 28 days. So you'll see here that we're having this full moon in Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, on October 9th, and it's going to be happening at 16:55 Eastern time. And our energies here are going to be relevant until November 8th, which is when the full moon in Taurus happens, and that will be an eclipse. So that will be really referencing the last 6 months. But the full moon energy here, let's get back to that, is a celebration. The archetype of Aries is the energy of the beginning of the zodiac. It's this spark vibration. It's what gets everything into motion, into action. And it's the energy of passion. So we are going to be diving into where emotionally in your life there is a celebration of passion, and where energetically in your life, like where specifically is that celebration happening in your life. So how does it relate to the emotions, this celebration of passion, and where does it relate to you? So the two things that you're going to be watching for in these readings, you're going to be watching for two different alignments. Don't worry if you're not on the right video right now. I'm going to tell you how to find which videos to watch, and then you can navigate to the right video when it's time, when you're done watching this introduction. It's the same for everybody, okay? So the first reading that you're going to want to tune into is the advice for where the moon was when you were born. So you are going to need your birth chart. So on the birth chart, you're going to be looking for this symbol, and you're going to be looking for the astrological sign, the zodiac sign, that this symbol is in. If you do not know how to access your birth information, how to read a birth chart. I created a tutorial video to help navigate you through that system. You can go ahead and watch that tutorial video. Ask me questions at the end if you do not understand enough to guide yourself to the right videos, and I will be happy to explain. So you're going to want to know where the moon was when you were born, and you're going to want to watch the advice that's relevant for where the moon was when you were born. The other alignment you're going to watch for is where this full moon is happening in your life. To know where this full moon is happening in your life, you're going to look for 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries, and you're going to find which house that occurs for you. And then you'll watch that relevant advice. Again, if you don't understand what that means, that tutorial video will cover how to find out which house this is in for you. Now, I've created a new tutorial video to show you how to use the whole house system. I love the whole house system. I think it's very easy to explain, especially for people who are very new to astrology, and it makes it a lot easier to understand. So essentially, if you already know your rising sign, if you're using the whole house system, you can find out which house Aries is in by going through the zodiac from your ascending sign all the way until you find Aries. So my ascending sign is Virgo. Okay, so that would be the first house. The next sign in the zodiac is Libra, second house. Third house would be Scorpio. Fourth would be Sagittarius. Fifth would be Capricorn. Sixth would be Aquarius. Seventh would be Pisces. Eighth would be Aries. Okay, so you have to know the order of the zodiac and you have to know your ascending sign to be able to utilize the whole house system to find out which house this is in for you. You can also utilize any other house system and just watch the advice that's relevant for the house system that you're watching. And if all of that went over your head, watch the tutorial video. It'll explain, okay? I don't want to leave you guys in the dust here, but I have been leaving little breadcrumbs and giving you videos that you can watch and access to help you navigate these understandings, these awarenesses, these readings. So we are going to be getting guidance from the Goddess Power Oracle by Collette Reid. And before we dive into the individual readings, I just want to let you guys know that there's many ways you can support me as I support you, as we support each other. You can join my chakra meditation service. It's on WhatsApp. It's only $14.40 a month. You can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services, which is also where you will find my new chart reading services that I'm going to be offering. I'm very excited to roll out this service, and I'm also very nervous about it. I'm even having trouble talking about it because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally feel ready, and I'm really excited to dive into your chart with you. If you want to learn more about the uniqueness of you, the geometry of you, beyond what I offer in these free readings. And of course, you can always comment on the videos. That helps me with the algorithms and gets me out to more people. And you can always share this with people. And there's always the option to donate if you feel inspired to do that at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. Link is in the description. Let's get to your individual readings. So this reading is for you if the moon was in Virgo when you were born, and or if the 16 degrees 33 minutes of Aries shows up in your 6th house. If you haven't already, taken a few deep breaths, called in your support team, and opened your heart to receive the guidance that's most aligned for you at this time, I invite you to do that. Pause if you need more time as we find out which card is coming through for you. Beautiful. Number 17, the Great Goddess, and her theme is sacred unity. Now is the time to view your world through a reverent and clear lens of unity and connection. The domain of the Greek goddess, the creatrix of all life, the great mother of all. It is time to leave the right, wrong, good, bad, zero-sum game world behind. Enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guile and work from the desire that everyone benefits. Look at others as if they are also a reflection of yourself. Take a humble yet grounded approach to your life right now. Be accountable for the energy you put out into the world, and be aware of how you influence your surroundings. The great goddess reminds you that you may see yourself as different than others, but you are all one in her presence. Treat others as you would be treated, and miracles abound. This is truly an auspicious time in your life to grow and expand. Yes. Love this vibration, love this message, love this energy. We're going to dive into the moon energies. So if you're here for the 6th house, just scroll ahead. First, I'm going to talk about the moon in Virgo. So if you already have an understanding of that, you can scroll forward to the interpretation. The moon was in Virgo when you were born. The moon represents the emotions, and the Virgo energy represents how your emotions express. So your emotions express themselves through the Virgo archetype, which is the energy of mutable earth. That means earth that is changing. So the energy of Virgo is the energy of the harvest, which is, the sorting through the earth, the turning of the earth, the changing earth, right? You're taking one thing and changing it into something else when you are harvesting the fruits of your planting. So that's the energy of this changing earth. The archetype is the energy of the maiden sorting through the harvest. And it has a very helpful, precise, reliable, analytical, and observant vibration to it. So this is how your emotions like to express themselves, through this earthy, changing, analytical, observant vibration that is service-oriented. So let's relate this to this beautiful great goddess sacred unity card. You're being invited to celebrate all that is. Wow, a powerful message is coming through for me. Okay, so I have an ascending Virgo. It's just one of the top 3 alignments that influence your life. So I am very aware of the Virgo energy and archetype experientially. And what I was hearing is that Virgo is very analytical. We're very good at saying this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. It's actually just natural to us to be able to look at something and determine that. You probably feel it in your heart. I know it in my head, but that's because this isn't my moon alignment. So her message is about letting that go. So we are celebrating here a shift for you emotionally, to go from focusing on the analytical side of the Virgo to focusing on the helpful and innocent side of the Virgo. Like if you think about kids, because Virgo is the virgin, the maiden, that's why I'm bringing in the innocence here. So if you think about children don't see differences in people. Children don't understand. Like I was walking down the street with my niece and she didn't understand why we can't just go into the neighbor's yard and play. That was a foreign concept for her, because to her, we're all connected. It's all unified. There's the innocence there that hasn't learned to discern between somebody who is a safe human to interact with and someone who's not a safe human to interact with, right? And so what the celebration energy here is the celebration of unity, which I am feeling maybe for this alignment a little challenging, because your gift in your heart is that you can determine what's good and not, right? And you're being invited to let that go for the sake of innocence and for the sake of unity, right? Because the Great Mother sees us all as the same. Yes. Okay. So as you're doing your analyzing, it's not to make the analyzing wrong, because your analytical skills are a gift and I don't want you to think otherwise. Same thing with me, right? I have a Virgo rising. I know the analytical energy. That's what helps me do all of this, right? But what you're being invited to notice is when you are seeing something as bad, you're being invited to celebrate the reflection, to look at the reflection of what's coming up for you. So there's a great practice called Ho'oponopono, H-O'-P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O. I think I did that right. Ho'oponopono. H-O-O-P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O. That was easier. You can go to my website, devotedandvulnerable.com, and on the navigation bar at the top, it might be under the section of more. I can't remember where it is right now, but there's a Ho'oponopono section. It'll tell you about that practice, and it'll invite you into the celebration of the reflection that all of our human family offers us. So whenever someone challenges you and you are analyzing their behavior as not good, the great goddess is inviting you to celebrate the mirror that your sister or brother is offering you and to celebrate the learning that they're bringing to you. So here's an example. The other day, I was struggling with I don't know if that's quite a good example. Hold on. Let me find a good example. We're just going to make one up. Okay. So let's say you are analyzing a situation and you're recognizing that that person is very judgmental and it's really rubbing you the wrong way. Like, wow, there's no reason to be so judgmental. Wow, that person's really judgmental. You're being invited now to celebrate with this moon phase the reflection that your brother or sister, that judgment that you're seeing in them, you're being invited to love that within yourself. Where are you judging yourself, my friend? If you're seeing it in the outside world, the great goddess's message is that it's because it's happening in your inner world, and you're being invited to bring love and understanding there and to celebrate the learning and the message that you're being offered. And you're being invited to work deeper with this practice of reflection, of seeing what's going on in your outside world and finding the reflection within you. If you're seeing war being talked about on the television, where is the war inside of you? What parts of you are fighting themselves? Can you bring love there? Can you bring resolution there? Can you thank the war in the external environment for bringing your awareness to? Can you celebrate that? Can you celebrate that reflection that that war is offering you about the war within? Does this make sense? This is something that I'm really going to offer you to reach out to me individually. If you have like individual questions, you're like, this is what was bothering me, but I can't see it inside of me. I'm happy to help act as that mirror. Again, that resource on my website will help you look into Ho'oponopono deeper. You can check out the 30 days of Ho'oponopono I did. I focus on a different subject every day. I talk in depth about how that subject relates to me. And it's just a really good resource. So go ahead and check that out and reach out to me if you have questions, okay? I have to leave this here because I'm running on way too long. So I will leave this with you. Celebrate the reflection that your brothers and sisters are offering you, and go check out your house alignment, because this is where in your life these reflections are happening most prominently during this lunar phase. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste. So this 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries occurs in your 6th house. I'm going to talk about the 6th house, the area of your life that represents. And if you already know that, you can skip ahead to the interpretation. So 6th house, ruled by Virgo, is the area of our lives that deal with health. Deals with our vitality. It deals with our service to others. It deals with our healing. It deals with our pets. And it deals with the routines that we have in our lives. So this is the area of your life that you're being invited to celebrate. Whatever the emotional energies that were coming through, your emotions when it comes to your health is important here. Whatever extra guidance goddess card came through, relate it to your health, your vitality, your healing, the service you offer to others. And let's interpret this beautiful great goddess message. So what I'm hearing is to celebrate the Okay. So the celebration here is in your service. Any way that you offer a service to others when it comes to, here it is. When it comes to showing up for others with compassion and with the understanding that they are as loved and as important as you are. So any time that you are offering compassion to the people in your world, seeing the reflection that the people in your world are offering you, you're being invited to celebrate the incredible service that you're offering to yourself and to humanity through offering this compassion. Because as we navigate towards sacred unity, which is the direction we are going in humanity at this time, we are going to be a united, altruistic, loving, supportive, nurturing species. And that is what is unfolding, and the momentum is great for that. So any work that you've been doing to offer this compassion, this is what you're being invited to celebrate this month. The great goddess is coming through and saying, I see you. I see the work you're doing for the sacred unity of the collective, and I'm inviting you to celebrate it right now. Your support team's inviting you to celebrate it right now. The full moon in Aries is inviting you to celebrate it right now. I'm inviting you to celebrate it right now. Thank you. This is important work. It's not easy work. There's a lot that pushes up against our ability to see that which we don't love in others within ourselves, and to take the extra step to transmute and to transcend that. And every time you do that, you are such a service to humanity, and your vitality is going to increase every time you do that as well, because it's super draining to go around judging everybody and not being able to see how these things that we judge in the outside world exist within us. Okay? It's not easy to do. So celebrate yourself. This is what you're being invited to celebrate, along with the emotional message that came through with your moon alignment. I am so grateful for you. I'm so excited for where we're going as a human collective. I love the great goddess energy. I truly am committed to continuing to see my brothers and sisters of humanity through the lens of compassion and through the lens of equality, that we all have this beautiful redeeming nature within us. And as we awake to that nature and we release ourselves from the programs and beliefs that we've had of separation, we will come together in such joy and bliss, and it will be such a beautiful, healing, healthy, vital time within the species, and I'm really excited for that. So thank you for what you have done to contribute to that. This message is coming through because you have been doing work here, and it's time to celebrate the work that you are doing in any way that feels aligned to you. Comment, let me know how this is resonating. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.